K-pop Demon Hunters is a masterpiece of animation, music, and heart-pounding action. But what if I told you that it's also a masterpiece of hilarious, logic-defying mistakes? Once you see these, you'll never be able to unsee them. The indestructible plane. Let's start with the opening scene, the one that sets the stage for the entire movie. The plane fight is a spectacular piece of action. It's also a spectacular middle finger to the laws of physics. During this chaotic battle, a demon rips through the fuselage. Both wings are torn clean off, and at least one engine is completely destroyed in a fiery explosion. The movie makes a huge point of showing us this, with fire, broken parts, and massive holes in the plane's body. By every known rule of aerodynamics, that plane should have immediately become a very expensive, very fast-moving brick, falling straight down, but that is not what happens. Instead, the plane just keeps flying. It continues to fly smooth and steady through the calm skies, as if nothing is wrong. Inside, the characters are still shouting, fighting, and moving around like they're on a slightly turbulent Spirit Airlines flight. The movie just completely ignores the fact that a plane cannot fly without wings. It doesn't glide, it doesn't spiral, it just cruises. This isn't just a fantasy story, this is a plane flying on pure, unadulterated story magic. It's flying on narrative thrust. The self-healing shirt. If the plane can defy physics, then why can't the wardrobe? This next one happens during the brutal bathhouse fight, one of the most intense scenes in the film. As Rumi pins Jinu down, her sleeve is visibly ripped open, a clear tear from the struggle. It's a great visual detail that shows how rough the fight is. But in the very next shot, when the camera cuts back to her, the rip is gone. Her shirt has completely healed itself in seconds. A moment later, when she's shown from another angle, the tear is back again, just as gnarly as before. The camera even does a close-up on her arm, making the change impossible to miss. It's like the animators couldn't decide if they wanted to commit to battle damage. It flickers back and forth, ripped, pristine, ripped again, so fast it's almost comical. Rumi's demon powers are never fully explained, but apparently they include rapid textile regeneration. It's less of a continuity error and more of a superpower we didn't know she had. The phantom button. But Rumi's magical self-healing shirt isn't a one-off. Her entire wardrobe seems to be possessed. This mistake happens during one of the quietest, most emotionally raw scenes in the movie. Rumi sneaks away to a fitting room, terrified to look at her demon marks spreading. She stands in front of the mirror, her hands shaking, and pulls down the zipper on her top to reveal her neck and shoulder. It's a moment of pure vulnerability, meant to show her fear and self-loathing. But the scene is completely undercut by a vanishing button. When she pulls the zipper down, you can clearly see the button at the top of the zipper track. In the next few shots, as she's staring at her reflection, the button is missing completely. A few shots later, as she zips back up and walks out, the button is back again, right where it started. The camera even points directly at the zipper, which makes the mistake stand out even more. It's hard to stay focused on her existential fear when you're just wondering where her shirt button went on its little vacation. The teleporting earrings. Okay, her clothes are haunted, fine, but her jewelry is also apparently teleporting. Rumi's earrings have a life of their own and seem to need their own blooper reel. This is a whole cluster of mistakes, so let's break it down. During her big performance of What It Sounds Like, she starts the song wearing a hoop and a wing ear cuff. The moment she sings the line, "I broke into a million pieces," the earrings are gone, just vanished. In the next shot, they're back again, only to vanish once more when she calls for her sword. It's not just one shot, they flicker on and off throughout the whole scene. But that's not even the weirdest part. At the Huntress fan signing event, she's wearing a large distinct earring. Pay attention to which ear it's in. In the middle of the scene, it jumps from her right ear to her left ear between cuts. And finally, during her powerful performance of Golden, the earring count changes. In one frame, she has only one earring. In the very next shot, she has 3. It almost feels like Rumi's earrings just can't decide where they want to be, and the animators just gave up trying to track them. Jinu's magical chain. Rumi isn't the only one with magic accessories. Jinu, the leader of the Saja Boys, apparently has the power of spontaneous generation for jewelry. This happens during his big entrance scene. We see the Saja Boys walking down the hall in slow motion, looking impossibly cool. The camera focuses on Jinu, and his neck is completely bare. There is no chain, nothing there at all. The very next moment, the camera cuts to the soda pop show, and boom, a shiny thick chain has mysteriously appeared on his neck. It's just hanging there like it had been part of his outfit the whole time. The movie never shows him putting it on, and there's no break in the action for him to have done so. One second his neck is plain, the next he's fully accessorized. It's a classic bling ex machina. Maybe it's just a funny idea to think he can make jewelry appear in the middle of a song, but it's more likely an editing slip that created a plot hole you can wear. Bobby's vanishing logo. This epidemic of vanishing items even affects the purest soul in the entire movie, Manager Bobby. This mistake is small, but once you see it, it's hilarious. Later in the film, at the mansion, Bobby is wearing a t-shirt with the Huntress logo clearly printed on the front. He's also wearing a gown over it. In one shot, the logo is perfectly clear, but the moment he takes off his gown, the camera cuts to a different angle, and the design is gone. His shirt is now just a plain blank tee. In the very next shot, the logo is back again. It's another case of flickering assets. Both mistakes are small, but the close-up shots make them stand out. It's almost like the logo itself was shy and just didn't want to be on camera for that one shot. You have to feel for the continuity editor on this film, who was clearly on their fourth espresso shot and just trying to survive the day. Bobby's psychic phone. But a vanishing logo isn't Bobby's biggest continuity problem. His phone actively breaks the laws of time and space. This is a super specific, nerdy little catch that is so good. On the plane, right before the big fight, Rumi looks at her phone, and she's getting a call from Manager Bobby. The ringtone plays like it's a new call, but if you look at the screen, the call timer is already counting. It shows the call has been in progress for 3 seconds. Before she even answers it, the phone is somehow ringing and counting the call duration at the same time, which, as you know, no phone on Earth can actually do. This means the phone is ringing and connected at the same time. It's a tiny prop mistake, but it's the kind of thing that shows just how many details go into a film and how easy it is to miss one. The Gwi-ma superfan. Speaking of things that shouldn't exist yet, let's talk about the single biggest plot hole in the entire movie. No, not the plane. This one is somehow worse because it's a temporal paradox. This mistake happens during the final battle when the big bad, Gwi-ma, makes his first ever appearance. This is supposed to be a massive, shocking reveal. This is the first time anyone in the story has ever seen or heard of this ultimate demon. But right as Huntress defeats Gwi-ma and the smoke clears, the camera cuts to the cheering crowd, and right in the middle of the crowd, plain as day, is a fan wearing a custom t-shirt with Gwi-ma printed on it. How is this possible? This is the first time Gwi-ma has ever appeared. No one should know his name, let alone have had the time to design, print, and wear custom merch to the event. The shirt is easy to read, almost like the movie wanted us to see it. Did this guy read the script? Is he a time traveler? Instead of a scary first moment, it looks like Gwi-ma already has his own dedicated fan club. The demonic superfans. But maybe that time-traveling fan got his merch from the same place the demons got the set list. This is another massive logic gap that happens during the takedown performance. The demons change into fake versions of Mira and Zoe to sabotage the show. That part works fine, but then the music starts and the fake Mira and Zoe begin to sing Takedown word for word. They don't just hum along, they sing every single line and every note perfectly, like they've known the song by heart for weeks. Here's the problem. Huntress had never sung that song before. It was supposed to be a brand new track, debuted live at the big show. So how did the demons know it? The movie never explains. Maybe the demons can read minds. Maybe they crept into practice sessions without anyone seeing them. Or maybe, just maybe, the writers forgot that the song was supposed to be a secret. The result is just strange. The demons look less like scary enemies and more like obsessive fans who managed to leak the track before anyone else. The Jungkook lyric catch. The demons might know all the lyrics, but the singers themselves seem to be getting them wrong. Or are they? This is probably the coolest mistake in the film because it might not be a mistake at all. This detail was famously pointed out by BTS's own Jungkook, who, as a professional singer, noticed it right away. In the song Soda Pop, there's a line that should be Chahana, which in this context means it still doesn't satisfy, talking about being thirsty and needing a drink. But in the movie, the line is sung as Janui Chana, which is a small change that completely alters the meaning. It now translates to there is no sincerity. Instead of being about thirst, the line is about a lack of sincerity. This is fascinating because it connects perfectly with the movie's main theme of demons pretending to be humans, hiding their true selves. So, was this a lyrical mistake that just slipped through, or was it a genius intentional bit of writing? You have to love a mistake that's so good, it's actually a brilliant piece of foreshadowing. Rumi's missing marks. But while we're debating intentional character themes, the animators seem to have completely forgotten the most important character detail in the whole film. Rumi's entire story, her whole life, revolves around hiding her demon marks. The movie tells us she's been hiding them under her clothes her whole life, and that they've only spread more as she grew up. So why don't her demon marks match her story? In one flashback when she's 6 or 7, the patterns are clear on her arm, but in another scene where she looks even younger, the marks are completely gone. No scars, no sign of her demon side at all. But here's the strangest part. After the scene with the doctor, Rumi finds fake photos where he pasted himself into a picture with Huntress. In this photo, she's wearing a sleeveless tank top that shows her shoulders and arms. But where are her demon marks? This isn't a child, this is her as a full-grown K-pop star, and the marks that supposedly cover her body are nowhere to be seen. This isn't a small goof, it's a massive contradiction to her main story. The chameleon and the teleporters. Finally, let's talk about the moments where the movie just seems to glitch out. I'm combining these two because they're both just bizarre visual errors. First, did you notice how Zoe's hair doesn't always stay the same color? At first, it looked black, but in many scenes, especially under the bright stage lights, her hair suddenly looks dark blue. It changes shade from shot to shot, black in one moment, glowing blue in the next. And here's the weird part. Other characters standing in the exact same light don't change at all. Their hair colors stay steady, but Zoe's shifts again and again. It's not the lighting, it's just a mistake with the animation. And if that's not weird enough, Mira and Zoe apparently learned how to teleport. During the final show, as the Saja boys are singing, we see Zoe and Mira walking through the crowd, slowly moving toward the stage. Then the camera cuts to a wide shot and they are suddenly standing on the complete other side of the arena. In another shot, they switch places again, almost like they just jumped across the floor without walking. It looks less like walking and more like the animators just got tired and dragged their models to a new spot. So which mistake did you find the funniest and which ones did I miss? Let me know in the comments below.